Hey guys, Jen here with Serenity Hill Farmstead. Today I am going to share our homeschooling group study choices for our 2021, oh my goodness, no, 2021-2022 school year. So if you have not seen the independent studies, I will go ahead and link all of those things up there so you guys can see the individual choices that I have made for our second grader, fourth grader, fifth grader, and junior in high school for this upcoming school year. This is going to be our 11th year of homeschooling, which I just cannot believe, which is awesome. I'm so excited about it. But that means I have many, many years of homeschooling curriculum hauls. I have not been YouTubing for 11 years, but I have shared curriculum hauls every year that I have been here on YouTube. So this year makes, I think I've got every single year covered in curriculum hauls. So I have a playlist link. If you go on the homepage on my YouTube channel, you'll be able to hit playlist and hit homeschool curriculum hauls, and you'll be able to see every curriculum haul I've ever done, way back in the beginning to current. So if the years that I'm talking about this year do not cover what you are looking for, chances are something in that playlist will. So go ahead and click that when you are done watching this to find exactly what you're looking for. So the group studies I'm talking about today, this is primarily for my second grader, fourth grader, and fifth grader. That is one girl is my second grader and then two boys. These kids are totally and completely different. They learn totally and completely different. My girl is, as far as we know now, is completely neurotypical. My middle boy, my fourth grader, has autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, sensory processing disorder, and possibly dyslexia. That is a whole other story. You can watch that video right there if you want to hear the whole story on that. And then my fifth grader is dyslexic. So they all learn differently. Things work better for some of them that totally do not work for other ones. So doing group studies, you really have to, you can't do just like one thing and teach one way. So I chose things that would be really easy to tweak and to kind of manipulate little bits here and there to make it work for everybody. I don't do really any curriculum that we ever use exactly how it is instructed to use. I make it fit for our family. I think that's like any good, it's like having a good planner. It's supposed to serve you, you are not supposed to serve it. And that's how I feel about curriculum. So let's start with science because it is my absolute favorite thing to teach. This year, what I chose to do for science is master books. And I'm definitely going to change some things here and there, add some things, not do some things, but I think this is the best choice overall for us. So we are going to do elementary zoology for my little people. And I know this says 4th through 6th grade. However, again, master books is really good at making a curriculum work for the entire family. And then there's things in here that I know my second grader would love to do that my fourth and fifth graders would hate to do, like the coloring pages, things like that. So looking through this, you know, I could make copies and make everybody do this, or we can have conversation pages like these and fill them all in. And then if there's coloring pages or activity pages and they want to all do them, I can copy those. So that is my plan for doing that. With elementary zoology, you see that it comes with a ton of books. They are all fantastic. How many animals were on the ark? Their books are super colorful and super engaging, and if you follow on Instagram, you saw as I was pulling them out, Evie was already tearing into them. When the boys came in, they were not far behind her. So there's that one. This one is cool. God's Amazing Creatures and Me, and these are devotions for ages 6 through 10, which is, now there's memory verses in here. Now I have mixed feelings on memory verses. I think that being familiar and memorizing scripture has its place and it's important. However, pushing memorizing of anything really that includes memory verses is not something that really fits well with us. And I would personally rather do a lesson and get the point of what the verse is by living it in life, if that makes sense, without getting on a whole other tangent, rather than just memorize the words. I would rather them know the meaning, you know, to live the meaning than just to memorize the words. Because any words, no matter how wonderful they are and how purposeful they are just words without the meaning behind it. So personal opinion. God's Big Book of Animals. Another popular. They've already gotten into it a number of times because they love animals. But if you want to see it, very colorful, glossy pages. This is kind of a big, huge, heavy, awkward book. This is a floor book. Whoa, I almost just dropped it. And then these two books are super cool, and I'm really excited for these. The Complete Aquarium Adventure and The Complete Zoo Adventure. And these say right on them, it's a field trip in a book. They're so cool. So you go through everything. Yes, beautiful pictures. There's tabs. You know, you go to whatever point you're gonna be at. And then there's this. So this opens, and that opens, and that opens. And you've got bingo, you've got cards, you've got flashcards, you've got all the things in here. Let me just take this out. Okay. So, learning about coral. How it's named, how big it is, how much does it weigh, like all the things. Okay? And then it tells you the answers on the other side. I love these things. Then this is the zoo one. We do have a local zoo, so this will come with us and we will use that there. And this is cool. They have field journals in this and they can fill these out. Now this is meant, I don't know if this is meant for one child to use 3 of these throughout the course or if there's 3 in there, but if there's 3 in there, that would be perfect because I have 3 children that would benefit from this. My 4th, high school, would not, but how I would, oh look, and they have field assignment cards. I didn't pull everything out of this one. That's cool. And the same kinds of cards, like what I just showed you, like, okay, there's a fruit bat, all the information on it, all those. So we could take all of these with us to the zoo and make a whole day of it. How I would include my high schooler with this is I would give him something to find. I would give him something to study. I'd like classifications, animals, something, and he could just put that together in his journal, his nature journal. We do have nature journals. In the past, we have always done, well, not always, but for several years now, we have done the Julia Rothman nature anatomy books. So that is food anatomy, I'm looking at them, food anatomy, farm anatomy, ocean anatomy, nature anatomy, and then there is also, they have nature journals. Here's these nature journals. I got these on Amazon. I'll link them in the description box below. And then this is how we use them. So where it says how to draw a bird, they draw a bird. They get something from outside, we, tack it down in there, and that's that. So we've used these over several years. We also have other like notebooking journals that I put together just on Canva, but we'll continue to use these because there's different sections that are pertinent for whatever we're gonna learn. And then these are based on season too. So like this is the spring section. So all things spring you'll find in there. And then, summer, fall, winter, everything will be in there. For history this year, we're doing 2 different things. This is social studies. I got this last year and we flat out did not have the time for it. I like this curriculum. I like the idea of it. This is not going to be something that we're doing on a daily basis, but it's something that I'll do a few times a week. But that is not going to be our regular history curriculum. This is going to be our big book of history. So this timeline, we'll have to stretch out and show you. This is the big book of history. This thing is meant to stretch out all over the place here. You put it down and then just stretch it across the floor, and it's like kind of like a floor map, floor timeline. Depending on how aggressive your children are, I might suggest not doing that. I'm not going to. Instead, you can use it this way. You open it, and you've got the beginning of the timeline, and it can just flip like a book. So you can use it either way. This is the way I'm planning on using it, or else this thing will be destroyed in a heartbeat. We're gonna start at creation and just keep going down the line. And if you saw, was it 2 years ago, I shared how I took one book that I bought from Costco. Do I have it down here? I think I don't. How I bought one book, I think it was like for $20 from Costco. I can link the video here if you want to check it out. And I got 3 different subjects out of that one book. So I can share that with you guys. That was the same kind of idea. Basically, there was a topic that we read in the book, and then I created either a lap book, or we watched YouTube videos, or we found other books to read on that subject, and we were piecing the curriculum together. And that was really good because we could follow interests. It was cheaper. It was more flexible for having different aged kids. Just a better fit for our family. And then the last thing for our group studies is apologetics. I have never done Answers in Genesis before. I know I'm probably like the only Christian homeschooler in the world that hasn't, but I have not. So I went ahead and bought the Answers books for kids, the entire box set. So volume 1, this is 22 questions kids could have from creation to the fall. And you just go through this. This is meant, I mean, you can use it as a curriculum. So you can get the teacher book. I did get it because I wanted not so much the structure of having the worksheets, because I'm not gonna do that, but really just, I'm gonna use this as talking points. And then on the top, it tells you what all of them are right there. So all of this I got off of the Masterbooks website. I will go ahead and link that in the description box below. If you are interested in seeing the individual studies I have for my 2nd grader, 4th grader, 5th grader, or high schooler, my junior, those are all also linked in the description box below, or you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and you can get notified anytime we put out new videos. So go ahead and click those if you want to check those out, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.